Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So a little while ago, quite a while ago now, it's been a month, I asked you to ask me some questions. So I'm just going to answer them here for you now. And stay tuned till the end because I have something special at the end for you to possibly enter. I would wink if I could, but I can't wink. So I'm just going to go off of the community tab where I asked you first, and then I also asked on Instagram, so I'll pull those up as well. So the first question is from Jessica, and she asks, is there a specific beauty product you wouldn't be willing to spend a lot of money on? And then she said, love your videos. Thank you so much. Let's see. I think that maybe it would be like an eye cream. I don't really use eye creams, and I can't really use them because of my eczema around my eyes. I just have a lot of difficulty, so I can see myself not wanting to spend a lot of money there because it most likely wouldn't work. Okay, next group of questions is from Ameda. She asks, I'm gonna use they, them pronouns because I don't know any of your pronouns, so I'm just gonna start saying they because I don't want to assume anything. They asked a large group of questions, so I'm gonna read them one by one and then answer them. So first question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? It's hard to think that far ahead into the future, but I don't know. It would be amazing not to be living in the US any longer. I'd love to live in a different country, or at least on an island somewhere. Hopefully Hawaii in the US if I were to still be living in the US. I told my boyfriend Ryan that I want to be out of either the country or out of the state in the next like 3 to 5 years. So hopefully traveling, enjoying my life, eating yummy food. I hope to see myself like that in the next 5 years. I don't have a lot of big plans. I have thought about law school, but I can get into that later. But yeah, hopefully not in the US any longer. They next asked, in what ways has being a YouTuber changed your life? I've made a lot of friends. I think that's like the biggest thing. And I've but I've found a community of people that enjoy the same things that I do, and I really love that. I love being able to talk about things like makeup and fashion with people online that have the same passion for it as I do, because I have friends and family who like those things too, but I don't think to the extent that I like them. So I've found such a really nice community to be a part of, which I really appreciate. And I now have a hobby, so that's super nice. I really didn't have a hobby before, and I didn't have something to do with my free time that I really enjoyed other than like scrolling on my phone or something like that. So I've also created a hobby that I really enjoy doing. So yeah, friends and a hobby are the two biggest things with the YouTube channel. How do you deal with negativity, negative comments about you? So first off, I just don't entertain it at all. I'll straight up delete and block people who leave negative comments on my YouTube or my Instagram. I have one life, and I'm not gonna use that time to entertain any of that, so I just straight up delete negative comments. And if I find a comment that maybe steers towards negative but is more constructive, I'll read it, kind of feel those feelings, like, I don't know, like the pettiness with reading that, and I'll let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back to it and I'll read it again and try and take it not so personally. I'll take it more professionally and be like, okay, are they actually giving me some criticism here, some like constructive criticism that I can use? And if so, I appreciate that. That's great. And if they're maybe a little negative, I maybe won't respond to it, but I'll just like take in the parts that are useful to me, like the constructive criticism, and move on from there. But I straight up will not entertain negativity because I don't have the time for that, and negative people do not need attention, so I just don't give them any. That's how I deal with that. Who is one stranger you'll never forget, one stranger you'll always remember? That's such a fun question. So the first thing that popped into my mind was when I was on a flight to Ohio. My dad was living in Ohio for a while and we would spend summers there. And I was flying by myself. I was really young. I was like maybe 14 or something. Not really young. I was a teenager. And I sat next to this guy and he was from Austin, Texas. Maybe I was like 16. I don't know. I felt like I had the possibility of like dating him or something. So maybe I was a little bit older. And we just like struck up a conversation. Now I'm like really wondering how old I was. Because if I was a BB, why was he talking to me? Is that creepy? Was he creepy? I remember him being cute. Anyway, I remember talking to him and we struck up a conversation. Sorry, my left eye is like tearing up. I'm crying. We struck up a conversation and I learned that he was from Austin, Texas, and he was talking about how Austin is like more liberal, and I liked that and he seemed really nice. So that's the first thing that popped into my head. And then another stranger was when I was 5, I was on a merry-go-round and I was holding on and I flew off the merry-go-round, and this very handsome man scooped me up in his arms and I was bawling my eyes out, and he scooped me up and I just felt like he was my knight in shining armor, and I will never forget him for the rest of my life. So sadly, 2 men. I wish it were like women strangers, but yeah, these 2 guys that I met for seconds in my life. Well, the flight was like 5 hours, but you know what I mean. Any advice for starting a YouTube channel? And then they say, last but not least, I love you and your videos so much. Thank you, I love you, and you're so sweet. I really appreciate that. So I would say just do it. Just start. You don't need fancy equipment. It's helpful and it's nice, but so many YouTubers out there that have literally hundreds of thousands of subscribers do it on their cell phone. So if you have a decent phone with a decent camera, like just start. I think that's the biggest thing. So just do it, as Nike would say. That is literally the biggest hurdle that you have to get over, is just starting. After that, it gets easier. So that is my number one thing, and know why you're doing it. Are you doing it for followers? And if you're doing it for followers, know that. And if you're doing it for fun, know that, and just kind of like ground yourself in the reason that you're doing it and go from there. That would be my biggest advice. Like, don't worry about all the little things that come with filming and creating a channel. Just start, because it truly is the biggest hurdle of having a channel and starting a channel. Okay, another group of questions from Angela. Hey, hello. Is your username on YouTube? They say, so many questions. What do you do for work? I am an LPA, a legal practice assistant for a firm. I work in my area for a law firm. So that's what I do. What was it like growing up Filipino where you were / are? Fellow Filipina here. Hi, Panay. Okay, so growing up, I grew up with my mom. My mom and dad separated when I was like 2 years old. So my mom's the Filipino one and I grew up with her. So I'd have had a very heavy Filipino upbringing, I would say, because we ate like dinengdeng and dinuguan and tinola and like had all the Filipino food. And my mom, she spoke English to both me and my sister. Neither of us know Ilocano or Tagalog, which is like super unfortunate. I really should learn and want to learn. But we would like go to my auntie's house and we would have our parties there and spend a lot of time with my Filipino aunties, so that was really nice. I would say that the Filipino community so I grew up in Burien, which is South Seattle, and then I moved to Everett, which is North Washington, like more North Washington, and Seattle is obviously more south. Anyway, there were more Filipinos in Burien than there were in Everett for sure. So I think I had like a bigger community in Burien and in Seattle. That's like where my aunties lived as well, and they still live more south. So that was nice. And we had like we have a Filipino like restaurants and stores. And now as a Filipino, like I have found more Filipina friends, which is really nice. And like going to school, I was able to find my friend Steph, she's Filipina, and my best friend Jewelry, I found, like we met in high school and she's also Filipina. So I grew up in high school with a best friend who was Filipino, which is like super nice and like a really great way to connect with someone culturally and like just that way. So I'm so grateful for her and Steph because we just can connect in such a different way than I can with other people. If you see a fly flying around, I apologize. I think it's a fruit fly and I don't know what to do about it. So that's what it was like. I love being Filipino so much. I love it so much. So yeah. What are other passions you have outside of YouTube? I would say I love humanity. That sounds so silly, but like I'm really an advocate for Black Lives Matter and I really care about that. So that's something I'm very passionate about. I go to marches relatively regularly. I should be going more often. I really need to be. I need to talk to my sister. I should go next week actually on another march / protest, but that's something I'm very passionate about. I don't really know anything else. I really am into fashion and beauty, obviously. I love thrifting. I love finding things secondhand. I'm also very passionate about trying to be more eco-conscious and more sustainable in my life. I feel like I've slipped up the last like year or so, but that's also something I'm very passionate about. And yeah. Okay, ever thought of vlogging? Yes, I have vlogged twice when I was in the Philippines, and then I did it again when I went on a trip with my boyfriend for our 9-year anniversary. I just have never posted it. I don't know why. It felt a little funny, but it was fun. I think I would do it if I had the energy to in the future. I feel like I'm a pretty lazy person. Okay, Jessie asked, I love you, Jessie, by the way, you're amazing. What are your long-term goals in life? So currently, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just riding the wave of having a job and having an income in the legal field as a legal practice assistant. I have thought about going to law school. I think that would be really cool, and I feel like I could really make an impact and help a lot of people, which would be amazing. So that's something I've thought about, but I'm not quite sure about long-term goals. I just want to be like living and content and enjoying my life. So far that's what's going down. That question really scares me because I truly do not know. Do you ever dream of brand collaborations? If so, which brands? Yeah, so when I first started my channel, I thought the dream collab would be with Dyson for a vacuum because I love vacuum so much. So weird, but I really do. And I remember Jenim, if you follow her, she had a collab with Dyson. I'm like, holy shit, that would be the dream collab. So them, or some sustainable like clothing brand, which would be really cool, like Girlfriend Collective or something like that. That would be awesome. This question is from Abigail. They asked, what was the first ever beauty product that you can remember purchasing? It was a mascara, I think, a Maybelline mascara, ride or die Maybelline mascaras for me, and then a Physicians Formula blush. What was the first beauty product you fell in love with and you still use it? The first product I fell in love with was definitely the Physicians Formula blush. I panned the shit out of it, used all of it up. There was not a little bit left in it, and I fell in love. I don't still use it because that was literally in like middle or high school, like early high school, so years ago. But yeah, those were the first two items. Lots of love, Abby. Love you. Okay, Elizabeth, also love you too. What is your website to buy earrings / gold jewelry? So I love finding jewelry on Poshmark. I'm also really big on buying solid gold because that'll last you your lifetime. It's more sustainable. And when you buy it secondhand, it's also very sustainable because it's kind of like reusing gold that's already exists in the market. Because gold is a huge market that's not good for the environment. There's like lots of issues with how it's mined and things like that. That could be a whole nother subject, but yeah, secondhand, Poshmark, vintage stores, pawn shops, you can find them there. And then I really like Majuri as well. And my sister, Magwayen Jewelry, she has amazing jewelry. She doesn't have gold jewelry, but she has beautiful jewelry nonetheless. Do you have a favorite scent? If so, what is it? Yes, I do. It is Dot by Marc Jacobs. They don't make this anymore, I don't think, and this is beautiful. My best friend's cousin wore this once and I asked her what it was. It was Dot, and ever since then I've fallen in love and I think this is my favorite scent. You can sometimes find it at Ross or Marshall's, and anytime I find it I buy it because I don't know where to find this any longer, so I have like 3 backups. This is from Tara. Hey, she asks, what's your favorite artificial flavor? I would say blue raspberry or lime or watermelon. This is from Kyla. She says, what made you, hi Kyla, love you. What made you want to get into law? So I've talked about how I am interested in going to law school, and I think it's just because I want to be a civil attorney and just help people who maybe don't know their rights, or help people realize their rights and help people get justice. That would be amazing. So that's why I'm interested in going into law. So, yep. And then someone else asks, Kwai1364, what are your favorite lip balms? I love the Tower 28 lip gloss as a lip balm, to be honest, and the Kosas lip balm or lip treatment, I really like that as a lip balm. Good old Aquaphor, love that. The Bite Agave lip mask, that's bomb. I would say those are my like top ones that are my favorite. So that was all of them on my community tab. And then I'll go to the ones from Instagram that I got. Sydney, hi Sydney, love you too. She asks, what's an inaccurate assumption that people make about you? I don't know. I know in college people thought I was a bitch, and I think that's because I have a resting bitch face, and maybe sometimes I can be a bitch, but I feel like I wasn't super mean to like everyone. I don't know. I got that in college. Like someone was like, oh, she looks like a bitch, and I'm like, that's sad because I don't feel like a bitch, but I 100% have a resting bitch face. So I'd say that's inaccurate. I feel like I'm very nice, but I'm an Aries, so if I don't like you, like, we're not friends. Sydney also asks, what are some of your bucket list items? Let's see. Traveling obviously are a few of them. I would love to go to Ireland, would love to go to the Philippines again. I went last year, and well, technically this year because it went from December to January, but I want to go back to the Philippines. I would love to just travel to a bunch of places. I want to learn how to do the splits. I want to be better at reading. I do think I want to go to graduate school, so that's something that I'm thinking about. I don't know when or how. Money is such a big thing, but also would love to go to graduate school. Okay, next is from Sky. Sky and I message back and forth, and we talk about CalPrint things all the time, and it's so fun. And she says, can I be your friend? Yes, we're already friends. All right, I said that funny. Roses and Cherries asks, what do you look for in a cream highlight? I look for a sheen. a very wet sheen, and something that looks really natural. That's what I look for. Something that doesn't have a lot of glitter particles. Kyla asks, are you in school for anything? Not that you have to be, I'm just curious. I am not. Someone said, I love you, bitch. I love you back, bitch. Julie, my really good friend Julie, asks, what's your secret to finding the perfect pieces of clothing? I would say know your body well and work with that, and know what you like and work with that. Don't force yourself to wear things that you're uncomfortable in, or that you know you don't feel beautiful or hot or sexy in. Just like, don't wear them if you know that, because then why? And then also try things on even though you think you might not like them. Those kind of contradict each other, but just try them on because you never know. So Kelly asks, what did you study in college? So I went to the University of Washington and I majored in physiology. So I got my Bachelor of Science in Physiology, which is just like the study of living organisms and how they function and everything like that. And then I minored in Spanish. So those were what I got my degrees in. And then what else? And then my friend Tara asks, will you be celebrating the holidays at all this year? That's really funny because my family, well, I don't know if my family decided this, but my sister and I decided we are not going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with the whole family just because we think it's unsafe. So we're just going to be celebrating at our separate homes. And then Christmas, I think that's going to be up in the air. I'm not too sure about that. So yes and no. I'll be celebrating it with my boyfriend whom I live with, but not with like my big family. I don't even know if we'll do like a Zoom call or anything like that. So I don't know. That's what we'll be doing. Okay, I think that is everything. So thank you so much if you asked a question. I really appreciate it. And the fun thing that I said to stick around for is a giveaway. So I recently hit 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that's very special. So thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you who has subscribed and watched one of my videos. So I want to thank you by doing a giveaway on this video here. So I'll show you everything that I'm going to give away and then also share the rules of the giveaway. I just want to thank you so much for, I guess, like watching me and commenting and connecting with me regarding makeup and clothes and skincare and things like that. And I seriously appreciate this community so much. It is such a fun thing to be a part of. And I really enjoy all of your company, if that makes sense. I have like made some really good friends here on YouTube and on Instagram through doing YouTube, and it's such a special thing to me, so I really want to say thank you. So yes, and I feel like it's a pretty good giveaway, so shall we? So the first thing that you will win is a Cinnabon scrub from Frank Body, a body scrub. Then you'll get a Ilamasqua, I don't know how to pronounce this, Unveiled Artistry eyeshadow palette. If you have BoxyCharm, you probably can tell I have BoxyCharm, and I shop on their pop-up so I can get gifts and giveaways for people. So if you have one, these probably look familiar. You'll also get an Illuminati something or other palette by Isabel Bedoya, designed by Isabel Bedoya. So you'll get this palette. And then you will get the Morphe by Manny MUA palette here by Manny. You will be getting a Touch in Soul Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. You'll be getting two Kosas face palettes. You'll get Papaya 1972 and 8th Muse High Intensity. These are both pretty. I have them myself, so I'll show them to you just a second. So these two are mine. I will not be touching yours. I won't even be opening them at all. So this is Papaya 1972. You'll win this one. So if you're lighter skin, that'll suit you. And then if you're a deeper skin tone, this one will suit you. This is 8th Muse High Intensity. This is cream, and this one is powder. And then you'll be getting a lot of lip glosses because lip glosses are my favorite and I needed to give them away to you because you deserve them and I want you to love what I love, which are the Tower 28 lip glosses. So you will be getting the shade Cashew. That's actually on my lips right now and has been on my lips throughout this entire video. So this is probably one of my most favorite shades of the bunch. And I asked all of you what you wanted to see in a giveaway and you said Tower 28. So I am giving you what you want. This is the Cashew lip gloss from the Milky line. You'll also be getting Almond from the Milky line. You'll be getting Chill, just the clear version. Such a staple and is necessary, I think, in all makeup collections. I love this gloss so much. I use it basically as a lip balm and it looks beautiful on everyone. And you'll also be getting the Persona lip gloss in Toffee. This is also one of my all-time favorite lip glosses, so had to include this as well. And last but not least is a pair of earrings that my sister Shelby made with her hands. Literally made the whole thing with her hands out of metal, these earrings. She made a pair of earrings for this giveaway. She was so sweet and said, hey, do you want me to make some earrings for your giveaway? I was like, oh my god, I was gonna ask you anyway if you could make some earrings for this giveaway. So I have these Beautimus earrings here. Looks like a little face that my sister made. So you have a pair of sterling silver bar studs and then a pair of black onyx sterling silver studs here. She literally made these. It blows my mind every single time, and she was so kind to make these for this giveaway, so I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much, Shelby, for making these. I will link her Instagram and her website down below because she is a metalsmith and makes jewelry. She has such incredible, beautiful pieces, so please check her out if you are interested in buying something from her. It is the holiday season, so if you need a little gift, she has Beautimus things. They're absolutely gorgeous and I love them, and thank you. So these will also be included in the giveaway as well. And they're wrapped so beautifully and nicely, and it shows you on the back exactly what they are. This says, piece is onyx stud earring set made out of sterling silver. It took her 3 hours to make these. My god, thank you, Shelby. I'm crying. So one lucky winner will win these earrings. Okay, that is everything. So that's everything that you'll be getting in the giveaway here in this box here. There are a lot of very gorgeous things that I think you'll really enjoy, and some of my absolute favorite items in there as well. And how to enter this giveaway is you will need to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment down below what your favorite snack is, and also follow me on Instagram at Rainier Kramer, and also in the comments leave your either Instagram handle or your email so I can reach out to you if you win. Unfortunately, this cannot be international. I'm so sorry. I wish it could be, but it's just like mad expensive. And I looked up shipping to like various places and it ranges from like $30 to like $60. So I'm so sorry, but hopefully one day I can do an international giveaway, but unfortunately this one is just gonna be in the US, and hopefully next time I can make it international. I will work my hardest to do that. So again, thank you so much for 6K. I really appreciate every single one of you. And if you've ever reached out by comment or DM on Instagram and said something like so kind or sweet, like seriously, I appreciate you so much. It makes my day every time I read something like that, and it just warms my little soul. So thank you so much. I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a good day. All right, catch you in the next one. Bye.